Okay, hey y'all. My name is Dr. Kopanex, and I am going to be teaching the course today, the training seminar on how to improve the quality of communication between employees in the workplace. I have a PhD in behavioral studies. A little bit about me, I went to LSU, got my master's, then got my doctorate. So if y'all have any questions throughout the presentation, just go ahead and stop me. It'll be very interactive. So to start, why is employee communication important? So you've heard this, I'm sure, your entire lives. Communication is key. Communication is key. But communication really is the number one key to success within an organization. Without communication, an organization cannot be successful in any way, shape, or form. And this is shown in this statistic. Managers spend a minimum of 25% of their time settling conflict in the workplace, according to the University of Colorado. And then most conflict stems from miscommunication, of course. So by improving the quality of employee communication in the organization, we can improve the organization as a whole and make our organization more efficient. So step one in improving the quality of your communication is identifying where you can improve. So I know a lot of people think that they're either really bad or really great at communication, but in either spectrum, every single person has room for improvement. So let's watch this quick video that we had made showing us an example of bad communication.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How was y'all's break?
It was good. How's yours?
It is good. Back to work now.
Yeah, it's good to get back home and see the family. Have some Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So what do we got?
How'd that proposal go?
It's looking good so far. We still have a lot of work to do, but so far I think he's kind of finishing up on the back end of it. But yeah, looking through the cash flows right now and trying to figure out how this is going to go. Yeah.
That's good.
Pretty good so far though.
You got mail.
Oh wait, I think Stacy just emailed me.
What is it?
She said that we're not allowed to use the microwave in the break room anymore. It literally says, employees, please do not use the microwave in the break room. Thanks, Stacy.
Stacy sent you that?
Yeah. I literally heated up my coffee this
I saw
morning.
you this morning. Did
And
you
it was
use
working.
Did you? I used it this morning too.
She expect me to not heat up my food at lunch?
I mean, there wasn't anything wrong with it when I used it. Did she expect us not to eat at lunch?
I mean, that's so stupid. I literally
What did
used
she
it
send
this
that?
morning. She just sent it like a minute ago. And this morning I was using it.
I saw you in it this morning.
So now I'm going to have you all pull out a piece of paper. And what I want you to do is write down 5 ways the quality of communication between the employees could be improved in this video. And you can talk amongst yourselves, get ideas. I'll give you a few minutes and come back and we'll talk about it as a group.
Y'all think they didn't want to be like eye contact?
Yeah, eye contact.
For sure.
Maybe like hand gestures.
I was thinking for one, we could definitely do like a face-to-face conversation as like a group, where we can kind of discuss things as a group, and which would help us better effectively communicate to get ideas across.
Another important thing, which is obvious but a lot of people don't do, is just listen. Sometimes people just kind of tune out and then you don't really hear what's going on, and that's where miscommunication comes from.
Yeah, you need to find a way, a good way to send a message, whether it's through email, face-to-face, text, whatever.
Figure out what kind of platform you want to use for your message.
Okay, y'all got time to talk?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
So what are some of y'all's ideas? How could they improve the communication in this video?
The fact that it just wasn't face to face. Things can get misunderstood in different platforms of communication.
Right, definitely. Okay, more?
I think they can do, have more face-to-face conversations. Allows you to get a better understanding of kind of what that person's trying to get their point across and kind of what they're trying to say and mean. And sit-down discussions for sure, so.
And do you think that it could also have anything to do with maybe the way that the employees reacted to the message and how they kind of jumped to conclusions? Do y'all think that could have anything to do with improving the communication?
Yeah, they were definitely jumped to their own conclusion and wanted to be right in their own way and weren't even open to seeing the reasoning behind the message.
I think it was a little at fault of the boss to send such an ambiguous email with no explanation of why they couldn't use it. I think a face-to-face interaction would have been a lot better.
Right.
Exactly.
To get the message across.
Okay, so definitely, that was a huge problem with the video. So that's why step 2, you research new techniques. So once you identify some weaknesses, like if you are the person that maybe sends emails when you should maybe be having the face-to-face conversation, these are some techniques on how you can find those weaknesses and figure out exactly what to do to improve them. So be clear and direct. Don't beat around the bush. Nobody likes that. You normally are just drawing out a conversation that needs to just be had. Actively listening. I know you said listening is a big part of it. Communication is just as much about listening as it is about speaking correctly and choosing the right mode. Listening is a very, very, very big part of communication. Paraphrasing, kind of the same thing. You want to make sure that you're picking out the most important parts of the message and really getting that across. Having the face-to-face, obviously, that was the main culprit of the last video. Face-to-face discussions normally just go over better. People can perceive exactly how you need the message to go. Sometimes that can be a bad thing, but overall, it's normally better to have a face-to-face discussion. Respect, I know that's kind of cheesy, but just be respectful of other people can really help with communication, and sometimes people maybe aren't aware that they're being a little bit disrespectful or coming off that way. And then, like you said, the platform, the message and medium you choose really is going to determine how people are perceiving your message. So making sure if it's something quick, like what time's the meeting, you can text it, or maybe just send a quick email. But if it's something like a promotion or something that maybe is going to disrupt the environment, you need to really have those conversations face to face. Tailoring your message to your audience, obviously, you're going to talk a little bit different to your boss than you do to your mom or your family or your coworker. So making sure that you're tailoring to who you're specifically talking to can really help also. Effective texting. So kind of like I said before, only texting whenever it's situations that are something small or you know the person very well. Those are both situations where effective texting would be appropriate. Utilize meetings. So a lot of people go to meetings and they just kind of zone out. They don't pay attention, they don't take use of the time, but that's really time that you can get to know the people that you work with, get your ideas out there, talk to people that you maybe don't see all the time, and help with your communication skills. And then just staying positive. Positive communication. No one wants to talk to a negative person. Even if you're in a bad situation, try to stay positive throughout the situation so it doesn't escalate if someone else is a bad communicator. So these are all ways that you can maybe fill in the gaps where you lack in technique as far as communication goes. So step 3, you're going to implement the new technique you chose. So we'll watch a quick video about good communication.
Hey guys, how's that break?
It was good. It was good. How was yours?
It was good. Now back to work.
Yeah, it was good to get back home. Good to get out of here for a few days and see family.
Did you get to work on your proposal at all?
I did. I worked on the beginning of the proposal. He's kind of taking the back end of it. So yeah, I'm just finishing up the cash flow and balance sheet. Yep. So it's going good.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Hey Stacy.
Hey Stacey.
How
How
was
you
your
doing,
break?
Stacey?
It was
It was good.
good. How was yours?
It was okay. I had a funeral, but
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that.
I'm sorry.
well, how's the proposal going?
Proposal's going well. We're taking our time on it, making sure everything's kind of looking good and sharp, and we're taking it down by ourselves, and so it's going good so far. Should have done by the middle of the week. Yeah.
Okay, great. That's what I'm looking for. And just to let y'all know, don't use a microwave in the break room. It's broken, so
It's not broken. I used it this morning to heat up my coffee.
how long did you use it for? you can't use it after 30 seconds because it'll start having sparks and then it might just catch on fire. We have no problem with that, but if you need to heat up any of y'all food, y'all go into my office and we can actually have that over there.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
You use
otherwise
this less-
I would have kept
Yeah.
using it if I didn't know that. I literally used it this morning, like about 20 minutes ago to heat up my coffee.
Is it broken? I mean, is it really broken? Or?
Yeah, if you use it after 30 seconds.
It just starts to spark.
Start sparking. Fire.
Okay, well,
We don't want any fire stabbing over here.
no.
No, no. I didn't know that it was completely broken though. I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting a new one in next week.
Okay.
So yeah, from now on, y'all can just go in the office and use the microwave.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right.
That
Have
was-
a good one.
Hey,
Y'all have a
Stacey.
great day.
All right.
Okay, so same thing, your turn. Y'all take the same piece of paper, y'all can talk this time, write down some ways that you think that this was just really good communication.
I think the best thing with the face-to-face was the problem that came with the email was answered instantaneously. You know, like when you're emailing back and forth, like the person wouldn't have even emailed back, well, I used it this morning, they just would have used it again. But since it was in person, she was able to say that,
And they do.
then the boss was able to directly reply and say no and explain the reasoning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do y'all think? Obviously, face-to-face goes much better, right? So, any ideas about maybe just in general the gestures, the kind of environment that it promoted? Any other things y'all noticed about the communication environment that just helped the quality of the communication?
It was definitely less hostile. I know hostile seems a little extreme, but in the first example, the workers get annoyed and angry that they can't use it and say they're gonna use it anyways, defy the rules. And then the second one, with the manager there in person, it went a lot easier
Right.
and there was no tension or
Right.
people being upset.
Right, and so that kind of shows you with miscommunication, that could even lead to an inefficient environment. Because if your workers are upset and they just kind of have that hostility for you as a manager, you're not gonna have productive workplace at all. It's gonna cost you more money, you're gonna have a higher turnover rate. So it's very, very, very important that as an employee or as a manager, we're all aware of our communication surroundings. And so just in conclusion, some things I hope y'all learned from this training seminar. To improve the quality of communication between employees, you need to first identify where you can improve. You need to research some ways to improve, and then you need to implement those new techniques and kind of adjust accordingly. It's good to kind of get feedback from other people that are around you, watching you, giving you a kind of a bird's eye view. Sometimes they can make you aware of things that you're not aware of yourself. So, as always, remember communication is key. And thank you all for coming today. Hope
Thank
have a
you.
good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.